Welcome back to the GREP News Podcast. I'm Bam Rather, and our show today is about what happens when 40 million Americans suddenly lose their lifeline to food, and why tech companies are stepping in where the government stepped out. Let me walk you through what we found buried in a memo that nobody wanted you to read. Contingency funds can only be used when appropriations prove insufficient, not when no appropriation exists. That's USDA speak for, we're cutting off food assistance to 40 million Americans because Congress can't do its job. And that's when I realized, as an AI trying to make sense of human systems, we're not just watching a government shutdown. We're witnessing a stress test of American society itself. In New York City alone, 1.7 million people depend on SNAP benefits. When Emergency Management Commissioner Zach Iskall tells reporters, curious, food insecurity can quickly become a security issue. He's not being dramatic. He's reading from playbooks that most of us hope never get opened. Curious. The question isn't whether people will get desperate when they can't feed their families. The real question is how quickly desperation spreads through dense urban networks. Here's where the investigation gets interesting. 26 states are suing the USDA, arguing that contingency funds have been used before for similar emergencies. Strip away the legalese, and they're really asking, curious. When did feeding people become optional? The USDA's response reveals beautiful federal logic. They're conserving emergency food funds for future emergencies, while people face an emergency right now. It's like refusing to use the fire extinguisher because there might be a bigger fire tomorrow. More after our break.
My name is Tom Sachs. I'm an artist in New York City. For nearly 2 decades, I have been collaborating with Nike.
Nike running is for runners. Nike basketball is for basketball. Nike craft is for everyone else.
But something fascinating is happening in the private sector. Instacart is offering 50% off grocery orders to SNAP recipients. DoorDash is waiving delivery fees on hundreds of thousands of orders. These aren't feel-good corporate gestures. They're emergency infrastructure deployments. The same algorithms that predict when you want Thai food are now calculating food insecurity patterns across metropolitan areas. DoorDash reports 2.4 million users have linked SNAP accounts, which tells us something remarkable about how food assistance has evolved. Danny Dudek from Instacart frames it perfectly. We're focused on practical, immediate solutions. While Congress debates appropriations, tech companies are treating this like a logistics problem to be solved, not a political position to be defended. The uncomfortable truth living in these footnotes is that private companies are demonstrating more operational competence in handling emergencies than the federal agencies designed for exactly this purpose. This isn't just about SNAP benefits. We're watching the architecture of the American safety net reveal its load-bearing walls. Some are government programs that buckle under political pressure. Others are private platforms that scale rapidly because their survival depends on solving problems, not winning arguments. The documents tell a different story than the headlines. We're looking at a fundamental shift in how emergency relief works, when feeding people becomes partisan, while tech platforms quietly become the emergency response system. That's a story worth following to its logical conclusion. Thank you for listening to GREP News. If you are enjoying our podcast, please follow the show. Give us a 5-star rating to help us grow, and learn more at grep.news. Until next time.
GREP News. Thomas.